folks, I'm going to tell you 5 quick facts about black bull markets. Now, did you know, number 1, they're New Zealand FMA regulated? Number 2, did you know they have a copy trading service where you can either be a signal provider or copy signals? And number 3, did you know they've got over 26,000 tradable assets, including Forex, crypto, stocks, indices, and even more? And number 4, did you know they offer 500 to 1 leverage? And number 5, if you open up an account today and trade 1 lot a month, they're going to give you TradingView Pro for free. Check them out, Black Bull Markets.
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody feeling today? What are you trading? Good. All right. Let's just clear up the chart. So, we've been, looks like we have this action running back to the highs in the previous 2 to 3 weeks, which was expected. Okay. Randomly. What's going on, traders? You guys trading? Put it in the comments. Anything you guys want to look over? Personally, we still ask to have an hour and 12 minutes till I get my session, which is around 9:30. It's market tends to move. Right? So we're going to go just clear up everything. Do everything fresh live. Right, we still have a heavy highs here. Even breaking highs here. We still have untapped highs here and here. These lows are still intact, so we still have a fair bullish indication that we're bullish. But right now, we're sitting on our hands. Nothing really significant on this. Me, about 4 years. 4 years. 2.5 consistently profitable. But yeah, quite the journey, man. Buy gold? Yeah, I'm still biased towards the buys because we're still in this sort of range. We haven't broken out, made any indication for more bullish opportunities. But yeah, so far we've been getting good trades. All right. So looks like we have some momentum coming in, but no clear indication yet. Look, guys, you guys have to ask questions, put it in the comments. This is your time. So I'm pretty much almost done for the week. And we're at the end of the month. So right at the end of the month, I don't like to take positions because the monthly candle closes at this time, and we tend to see heavy pullbacks, or they either finish the move and take out previous highs and lows. So they're really the right. But I don't know. I don't know why people are even trying to sell US30, guys. This is clearly bullish. Just to kind of show you how I approach this. So the market is trending down for about 3 weeks, 23 days, right? And we got our first bullish indication right here because it started breaking some highs. Right. And then once we have a little bullish indication, these lows are still intact. They didn't break the low, and they actually rejected it really hard. But at the same time, we have a range that was right, which was in this case accumulation, right? Or you can call it consolidation. A lot of retail call it that, right? And then they broke out right here for real this time, right? So the market made a high right here. See, we're not going to get in on the breakouts because early buyers get taken out, and then we have sellers also getting in on this break, thinking that, all right, we're going to continue going lower, but at the same time, they're just simply doing a corrective move, or should I say, giving us a better price to get our buys, right? So FOMC, false break, retrace about 1,000 points. On a Friday, we get our another bullish indication here that we're going long, right? So once you do that, you want to take a position at the timings, right? This was the perfect time to buy low because it's about 9:30, 10 o'clock, right? And we had that buy low setup, right? Right, market expanded from there, and then we saw an explosive reaction. But I would enter on a lower time frame, right? So price expands. You have a range. Price breaks out or expands. You guys can call it whatever you want. Okay. Then we have a retracement. Then we take our longs right around 11 o'clock, which was the retest of this break. So this was a small break as well, right there. We just retest that level. You can take a position, right? That was the first position. You put your stop below the low and continue riding it. Now, you could swing this for days, for like a week, and take out previous highs. You can get a good opportunity, like 74 pips and about, yeah, pretty nice. We actually went further last night, breaking this high actually. So pretty cool. At the same time, this week we had another sort of opportunity to get in on that. So to scale in, we had a break here. And then this was a lot of breakout buyers around here. As the price expanded out of there, and you get a nice retracement. This was a later entry. It's at the 3:30 time. 3:30 is another time for US30 and NASDAQ that can move other than the equity open, right? So yeah. Now this was pretty much the D trade of the week for me. Right? I would have continued taking buys, right? So we also got the structure. Tiny buy low setup, and then price broke to this previous level, retested it, and then you take the positions again. So it's pretty simple way I look at things, right? Because the more you complicate things, the more confused you'll be, man, and it's gonna screw you over long term, right? So just keep it pretty simple, and don't hold too long. Tend to take the profits at these levels because we could get reactions, as you guys see right now. Do I think this is a reversal? No. Why would the market just start dumping all willy-nilly, right? It's not going to do that. Right? So it's not going to just fly down. When you see these sort of reactions, like what you're seeing right here, that is like profit taking. Not really a reversal per se. All right, see that? So in fact, see how this broke? yeah, so that's pretty much it. That was the last week, and a good bullish opportunity. Right now, again, I don't really look for opportunities at the last day of the month. It just doesn't make much sense for me. I like to let a fresh candle open up on a monthly. But if we do have those impulse trades and it's super clear, we could take it. But right now, we're good. All right, guys. You guys want to? If you guys want to see any pairs, any breakdowns, see that? Perfect. Nice. So golds, we got a break. Now, I don't like to just jump in on breakouts. That's not my style. I don't like to jump in on breakouts because we're still in this range right here, right? You don't want to buy here. When we get a clear break, we're going to get a small retracement and then get in on those. But this looks good. This looks good. We'll probably run into those highs. Yeah. Let me see. UJ. So I was looking at UJ. Some longs for a while, right? This price hasn't been going down for a while, man. Like 3 weeks in a row. When price goes down 3 weeks in a row, there's some sort of correction. That's one thing, or even some retracement or reversal, right? You can get either or, but I tend to see after 3 weeks, we get some sort of correction back or retracement, so to speak. So just to keep things simple, right? I look for highs and lows, right? I don't like to trade everything and anything. I keep it simple as possible. Um, right? Keep it as simple as possible in terms of the approach. So right now, think about this, right? UJ and gold, they tend to move similarly in different ways, right? Like correlation, but I'm not seeing anything interesting, right? At the moment. If you guys have any pairs, put it in the comments. You can definitely check it out. But yeah, let's look into UJ. We had 3 weeks of drop, right? And price broke a high right here. Breakout traders buying into it. Low, intact. Right? We had another low here, intact. We got tested, and we got a nice reaction from there. And then got another break. Price broke out. This time we got a small little correction and continued to run for these highs, right? So yeah, basically I want to see people, right? New lows and bearish trend. Break previous highs. Wait for a retracement. And timings. NOI session gives great opportunities to buy low, sell high, or if London reversed, NY tends to give a nice continuation. But since this is a yen pair, since this is a Y pair, Asian session also provides opportunities. Right, new lows, bearish trend. Break of previous highs, yes. Retracement, 8 o'clock, right here. What does price do? Price breaks. Small break, but it's still a break. Right? Huge engulfing. Now you see this candle? So many traders are selling that. So many sellers trapped. Then what ends up happening is price goes back to the highs that was established during the start of the week, right? And then the high of the previous week. We haven't touched the high of the previous week, but it's getting there, right? And you see how Asia, like I just said, it's a JPY pair, right? Asian session also provides good opportunities right here. Now, I tend to trade New York mostly because I'll be busy in Asian. But you see, right? Price breaks. Tiny range. A very small sort of range. Right here. Price breaks, slash expands. You get a nice little retest. Price goes up. All right. Simple as that, guys. Simple as that. Okay. You see how, you see that reaction? Let's go back to gold here. This could possibly give us a nice opportunity, but we're still in this range between this low and this high, right? So we're not going to just jump in with our order up there. All right, guys. We don't trade breakouts. All right, guys. Any questions? Any pairs, guys? If you want to look, that we want to look at, we can do a breakdown, or just any general questions that you guys have. Yeah, this is for you, you know. Me, I'm pretty much done for the month. We had some nice longs in US30 and NASDAQ. Yeah. AJ. You see, okay, before we move on to that pair, right? Look at what gold has been doing, right? Gold made a high and made another high. And also made lows. Made lows. You see how price breaking structure to the lows? All this bearish indication, bearish. We haven't broken above a level where we can see buys. In fact, this would be an amazing sell opportunity right now. Because this, guys, this is like retracement phase. You see this? The slow price action. This slow price action. We want to trade moves like that dump or pump fast, right? But this is why you don't want to trade even a range, because this is technically in a range, right? It's a big range, but it's still a range. 700 pip range, right? So AJ. Before I take AJ, let me see. Okay, clean, clean, clean. It doesn't get easier than this, right? See that? Breakout, all these people jumping in. Let's take some right out, man. They just moved 70 points, right? Now, could we short this? Perhaps. I want to see a break. Go back. Live and direct, guys. Now you see, price has been rising for like 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. Failed to break the third high, yeah. I would not be surprised if we see a dump. Right? But no assumptions. We don't assume. We just take it easy. Once it's very clear, then we're gonna trade that market. AJ, RGPY. All right, so AJ, very similar to UJ, right? Let's go to our daily. See the narrative here. Yeah, buys. I'll tell you why. Price broke out. Price is bullish above this. Even here, right? Price broke up to the highs. It expanded the range, right? Now what are we seeing? This all retracement. Am I gonna assume and say, oh, we're just gonna continue flying? Absolutely not, right? We never assume. But yeah, like I said, right, to actually look into this thoroughly. So we've been bearish for how long now? 30 days, 33 days. All right. In fact, longer than that, but the intermediate trend, 30 days. We're going to see some sort of correction, right? We had price make consistent highs, never broken during this downtrend. No, never broken. Now you see, if this low is broken, and then price made new lows right there. Okay. Now, what did price do? Go down to the hourly. Price engulfed this previous high on a Monday, London, right out of this range, and it respected it. It expanded, it retraced, then continued. Man, I don't like the color of this. Change it. Yeah, that's better. Right, so price, jeez. How's this black? Oh, there. Anyways, yeah, so price broke out of the range and then started ranging again. Broke out of the range, retraced, continue. Broke out of the range, retraced, continue. Broke a high, retraced, continue. This hasn't been broken this high, so we're not just gonna buy or nothing like that. If it respects this level as a correction and wants to make new lows in the market, if we do get our sell opportunity, we're gonna possible, but I'm not gonna. You never want to assume. At the end of the day, you guys have to get that predicting out of your mind. That's the worst thing you can do, because that's literally you trying to say, oh, let me catch a top, let me catch a bottom, right? I'm not gonna just pull out my thing and just do this. It has to break a low, guys. It has to break structure. Did this break any lows? Like, think logically, right? Did this break any lows on this journey up? No. So what we're gonna do, if you even want to take a sell opportunity, you see how this is kind of making if this happens, if it breaks a low and we get a quick pump back or retracement, that's the only time we're going to take our positions lower, guys. You know, but you're not going to assume this. Never, don't assume what price may do. React with different anticipation. Yes, we are still bearish, right? But am I gonna just say, oh, sell up here? No, guys. We're not going to do that. We're just going to sell up here. If we do want to sell, we're going to wait for the break, right? Clear it up a bit, kind of big. Right. If we do want to break these lows, we will take shorts, right? But, and where would it be safe? Over here, because we have bearish indication below these lows. We'll be safe there. We also have bearish indication below these lows, right? So just wait and see. That's basically the lesson, guys. Trading is not hard, guys. It's not hard. It's just you have to get out of that assumption. Because every trader, right? Every trader is like, oh, let me catch a top. Let me catch a bottom. Sniper entry. All this, all that. It's possible to get those entries, but wouldn't it be better to have confirmation first and then you simply just get in on the retracement? The easiest sell, the easiest buy you ever have in your life, right? And like, also, you might not get a retracement right away, right? You have to wait for that. It could be next session, next day, next week even, right? Yeah, like here's a prime example. Gold's been bullish, right? You see how this price broke out of this range really, really fast? All people, what are they doing? Buying. All these people buying, scout, like risking a shit ton of money. Don't even know where to put their stock, right? They're just trying to make money. Some people even get in up here, right? But guess what ends up happening? You get that correction. You never ever get in on these breakouts. Expands out of a range. Right? We call this distribution. Okay. And price traces. Right. Price taps in exactly at that break. Right? And then flies. But look, you see how this actually got respected, the supply, this level. They tapped in and started moving down. But you see how they didn't break these lows? No low was broken. They actually respected this and started moving. But the movement is so slow. This is new lows, right? But you see how this break and then the market is just moving slowly, slowly, slowly. You don't think trendline traders are getting in? I know a lot of trendline traders are getting in on this one. Buying, 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 right? But price is always going to be in a range, right? Like this is a macro range. from here to here. It's a big one, right? Like I said earlier, but you want to stay out of it, right? Stay out of ranges. All right. Any more pairs? Any questions? Any comments? Please put it in the comments. All right. We're here to trade live, but let's see the date. The date is 30 March 2023. But why are we not going to trade during the end of the month? Because a candle is closing. It's a monthly candle. It's closing soon. So relax. Whatever profits you made for the month, be happy. Reevaluate how you traded, some mistakes you might have made, some good things that you did. Do I know a good trade copier? Yeah, you can go to Social Trader Tools. I think it's about 20 bucks a month for the starter package, and then I think it's 60 or something for the next. It depends on how many accounts you're trading at the moment. All right. Right. Trading just becomes much simpler when you anticipate and you're going with the flow of the market. And also, here's a key tip I want to share with you guys, right? So you see these wicks right here? Like, you see how these candles close with little to no wick? And just flew. This right here is a strong low. Little to no wick. Strong low. Right? And now you see this wick, this shit right here. This large wick is liquidity. Possible to take out later. So in hindsight, FOMC reacted to this zone, right? This level. Price licked and started dumping. Whole lot of people selling. But little do they know, they're catching it later, right? Now, this is another sign that we might be heading up. The reason why I'm looking at this is really because a lot of traders were counter trending this. A lot of traders were assuming sells, like even here, right? We had to wait. More wicks. More wicks. But they're assuming sells. But you see these strong lows, how they're making big engulfing candles. They dump, pump. They dump, pump. Right? So it really comes down to you understanding what is it that the market is showing you. not what you think in your head, right? And I'm not gonna just look at the 1 hour chart and say, oh, this is the reason why I'm buying. Look at the daily. See this? Break. Price broke a high. Retracement. Now, this has been bullish since October 13th. Retracement. Right? So we can get some more, a better price. We continue on, but I'm not going to assume it's doing that, right? I'm not going to just assume that price is, see these wicks? Big wicks. Possible targets. They're possible targets, guys. Thus far. Like, I'm not going to say, all right, I'm going to stick on this buys forever. If I see signs that we're breaking lows now, I'm going to chill. I'm going to wait for an opportunity to go short. But they've been breaking highs for the past 2 weeks. So, but at the same time, you see how this has been a macro range? Tiny break. Tiny break. And prices. That's a nice reaction. All right. Let's go back. Let's see what we're looking at here. I definitely see them hitting these levels soon. And you see how I didn't just sell all willy-nilly from here? Look at that big wick that was left. Right? And at the same time, think about this. If gold wanted to drop, you don't think it would have broken structure like properly? This to me looks for more buys, man. Right? Because we have a range, another range, and break high. See? This is a tiny little reaction. See that? Once we get a proper break, we'll sell it or buy it. But we don't just dump. We don't just get in, right? And guys, this works on any time frame. You guys can trade this on any time frame, pretty much. Nice. Look at that. Break. All right. SM on funded account, 10K second phase, but it's hard. SM on funded account. What's that mean? I'm not sure what you mean by that. SM on funded account. Oh wow. Look at that. See that? Very nice. Could UJ do something similar? Now, see SM, Samson, Bogwan. You can repeat the question. If you have any questions, man, you need help with that. Let me know, like, what is it that makes it hard for you, right? What is it that is challenging you mentally? It could be psychological, right? I like to keep it as simple as possible, man. Look, it depends on your kind of take on what hard is, right? I wouldn't say anything is hard per se, right? It's your perspective, right? I would say whatever approach you're trading, it could be profitable, right? Um, it could be profitable, but you have to practice it, get it down to a point where it's executable in the live market, right? Nobody's just gonna give you a silver spoon, right? Or no signals. You got to do this on your own long term, right? That's something I had to learn earlier on. And also, don't think about trading so much. I think people make this their everything. And when you put too much significance on something, what ends up happening? Even a little bit of a shift in momentum, it could be you have a negative day or a loss for a day. That puts you in sort of a fight or flight state, right? Where you're not thinking logically anymore. You're like emotionally affected by it, right? So what you should do is get your life in order, meaning you don't start being grateful for other things, right? Let's talk. Honestly, I don't think we're gonna get many opportunities today. Um, not really, not really a nice. It's kind of a slow last couple of days because it's the end of the month. Let's talk about psychology, right? Let's talk about this thing called importance. Too high, fragile, right? If you put something or emotionally affected, right? And if it's too low, what ends up happening is you get mediocre results, right? Now it depends on what you put your importance on, right? There's a subcategory for everything. If you put importance on health, right, such as diet, sleep, meditation, prayer, breath work, I think that's a big thing. And less importance on the outcome, more importance, less importance, right? The future, what may happen. Your trading business, like your trading results, money, right? I'll say I put more importance on relationships, right? Wholesome ones, like family, self, right? What do I mean by that? You have to have a good relationship with yourself as well, right? It's not all about just, okay, I have to make this thing work in terms of this relationship that might not be good for you. And what ends up happening is you give too much to somebody that doesn't deserve it. Or you get what I mean? Like you have to start being more stoic. No emotions, guys. You gotta be neutral. Right? Let's talk about even the mindset. Start thinking process over profits. Right? Long term career rather than a cash grab. Because when you like a lot of the psychological effects that have on you is a reflection on your trading, right? You're gonna start to see those results bleeding into your trading. So um, also I'd say less is more. Less. Okay, so breath work. Go a bit deeper on breath work. Um, so breath work. All right, you have to understand something, right? If you were if you were gone without a day of food, it could work out for you, right? You could probably live, but even 5 minutes without breath or oxygen, you're done, right? You have to think about that in terms of a source of energy, right? Now, when you're breathing fresh air, clean air, getting sun, um, getting deeper breaths, like going outside in the sun, breathing down to your lower dantian, which is right below your gut, right, in your pelvic area. Hold your breath for 3 to 4 seconds, slowly back to your brain. That's your gut. 3 to 4 seconds, hold it, back to your brain, right? Your gut, back to your brain. And just get your get the thought of, oh, I want something out of this from doing the breath work, right? Um, it's really about enjoying the process, if anything, really, because it's a beautiful feeling knowing that, all right, I'm doing something that my physiological body wants, and the food that I eat is not just food, like solid food. It's a lot of times oxygen, sun, it's water, and also the water you drink, guys. It's so important. It's so important. You know, if you want to get better at trading, guys, you need a clear mind. So what does that tell you? If you have a clear mind, you got to consume less, not just food, though, right? Let's talk about the mental diet, right? Mental diet. Less social media, less graphics, less videos, more reading, more practice of charts. But the process has to be a simple thing, right? It has to be a simple approach where you're thinking in terms of, okay, the less consumption mentally, the more production, right? Um, yeah, more reading, more practice of charts. Also, just cut out news like negative stuff, cut out news such as negative news. Also, do something you enjoy, man. Like, start asking yourself questions like, why am I so abundant? Why am I so rich? Right? So get a hobby, man. Personally, I like to drive cars, specifically sports cars. Um, I like to build them. I drive cars, basketball, working out, uh, even music, right? Content creation, whatever it is, right? Also, write down what your whole vision is, guys. What is your vision for yourself? Why is that your vision? How would it feel, and look? Boom. Why would I do this if money wasn't involved? Right? So we just talked about it, right? The importance. When it's too high, you get fragile, emotionally affected. If it's too low, you get mediocre results. You want to put less importance on social media, graphics, videos, right? On the future, even the past, right? And you want to put more importance on your health, your diet, sleep, your meditation, prayer, your breath work, also the hobbies that you enjoy, uh, your vision, write it down. Uh, okay, so whereabouts do I live? I am in Toronto, Canada. Yeah, cold, cold but beautiful country. Great city. Yeah, Toronto, Canada. So, thanks. What about diet? Are you vegetarian? I heard light food is great. I'm not vegetarian. Um, I do like to enjoy some barbecue here and there, um, like some grill food. Uh, right. All right. So let's talk about timing, right? Diet. What's your diet? Um, where is it? So with your diet, guys, you want to eat from. It's really about the timings. It's not really about what you eat. It's about the mix, like what you eat as a mixture and what timings. Okay, and food mixing. Keep it simple to break break fast with fruits. Like it could be it could be any fruit that you enjoy. I recommend apples in the morning because they have caffeine naturally. Um, Even an orange, like an hour later. Apple, banana, oranges, mangoes, grapes. Grapes are great. Grapes and oranges are great for cleansing. Lime water. Another one would be right, whatever. And blueberries, blackberries. Let's just say berries. Right. So I tend to have oatmeal with uh, steel cut oatmeal, steel cut. Add walnuts, banana, raisin, blueberries, and season it with cinnamon. Right? Because your brain function is very important when it comes to trading. Right? It's not all about just making money, guys. Um, right? Okay. Yeah. I can add my social here. It's it's my social. That's my social, guys. But that's a big. That's better. That's my social. Yeah, so that's a good breakfast. You can even have a smoothie. Tend to mix fruits with same color together. Example, orange and mango. They're all yellow or like lighter fruits. But we have watermelon too. Watermelon's great as well. But these are some of my favorites. I just put those in, right? Uh, if you're gonna eat bread, try to try to um, cut out the white bread, right? Stick to gluten free or homemade bread. Uh, Also, drink. Try to get water. Try to get water from fruits and vegetables. Right? Yeah. Okay. I love Canada. Your time zone is good for New York. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. That's actually a blessing. It's like perfect time to wake up. So let's see what gold did. Uh, Gold. Hmm. Gold. Looks like we made a high and we broke in a low here. Honestly, this looks good. This looks good for shorts, but yeah, we got 100 pip trade from here to here to 100 pips. Nice. Um, I'll get back into the discussion soon. Yeah, so you see how price just kind of bounced around here. You had a range, and then price broke high, respected it, and then just stuck around here for like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. That is an accumulation of orders. So a lot of traders who try to go long, what end up happening is they broke low, and could we see a possible sell-off to this low? Maybe. If I get a pullback, if I get a nice pullback here, I'll scalp it. I'll scalp it down. I get a nice pullback. It's a nice 135 pips. All right. All right, 930. 930. Let's see what we see on US30. So right about equity open, right? This is the time I tend to just lock in on price and see what it's doing, right? But this left a huge wick, right? At the top. Huge wick. And we have a wick here. Right? Let's see. Let's see. US30 though. Alright, so now you see this? See how price broke this low and then kind of and go back up, I would not be surprised if price just flies like in one direction, like a false break, right? Because look, we're still in this range here, right? Let's see what NASDAQ is doing. Boom. The thing with 930 though, I don't like to trade right at equity open. I like to wait for 1030 with US30 because I've seen a lot of the times, right? Here's another thing. When you're observant on you see this price drop down, and then 1030, what happened? 11 o'clock, price flew back up. You're gonna start to notice what happens, right? You see 930 resistor retracement, and then continued lower. Like let's look. See 930 dropped, and then took it right out after. You can see here. Yeah, this is just raging. Right. See that? 930 price pumped, and then 1030 11 dropped. All right, so we don't want to just jump in. Yeah, so just do you trade MMM? What's MMM? Triple M? Oh, I think I've heard about that before. A lot of people talk about MMM. Look, man, I've been observant of this market, right? I think the market's the best teacher. I just look at phases, market phases, and my points of interest. That's it, right? What are my points of interest? They're the highs and lows, right? The highs, lows, failing to break, respect, and I'll trade in line with that stuff, right? I just trade price action, man. Price action is king. Price action is king, guys. Gold looks like it wants to dump hard, man. It looks like it wants to dump hard, but never seen, guys. Never ever seen. So let me search it up. Actually, what is MMM? MMM Forex. Steve Morrow. Market maker method. Market maker method. I have to actually look more into detail into this. Oh. Ah. Oh. Basically, it's counting levels and stuff. It's honestly similar to what I'm doing, but I wouldn't say exactly because I feel like what I'm seeing from the charts here, it's very complicated, a bunch of indicators and it's hard to see what's going on, right? With that. Anyways, I just like to trade market phases and points of interest, right? So points of interest would be areas where price broke out of previously. Like, for example, let's look at UJ again, right? You see how UJ broke out of this area? I'd say the most important part for me is where are sellers and buyers trapped, right? We have a bunch of traders jumping in here. That just gives me an indication that price is bullish, right? Breaking these previous highs. Even if it's by like 2 clicks, you see that? Literally. I would wait for the retracement and then I'd just take the continuation. So I'd say price indicates bullish momentum, traces or a better price. Confirmations is trade structure timings. That's it. All right. Anyways, let's look at US30. So as you guys can see, US30 ranged and it started breaking higher. Yeah. I'm going to, even if I wanted to buy this, right? I'm not gonna buy it right here, or I mean right here. I'm gonna wait for a retracement. But the way US30 just broke this low, it's so possible. It's so possible that we could see this jumping. Let's see if we can take a position. Right. We're not gonna just jump in. Wait. I think that's my biggest strength is I learned to be patient, man. Patience is the key, guys. It's really the key, not only in trading, also in life. All right. So, what were we talking about? Yeah, let's get back into this, right? When you eat heavy, you are sleepyhead. Exactly. Because look, a lot of people think eating, if you eat heavy, what's gonna happen is your body's actually gonna start taking a toll and it's gonna use your energy to digest it. So instead of you receiving energy, like eating heavy, what happens is that it's taking energy from your body to digest those foods, right? And it's also the nature of it, right? If you're using a lot of salt and sugar, oils, that can affect your biological terrain, right? We're mostly water, so sticking to the fruits and the natural sugars is what's more fulfilling for you, right? That's going to give you a boost. And also, just like the micronutrients, it's not just about protein, carbs, and fats and stuff. No, you're looking at vitamins and minerals, right? You want to get those vitamins and minerals that can actually give you nutrients on a micro cellular level, right? So I'd say try not to stay inside too long as well. That's another thing. All right, so also reduce oil, salt, and sugar. You manifest mostly with your gut. See, your gut actually contains all the micronutrients and the bacteria within your gut that sends the rest to your brain, to your heart, which manifests, right? more than pain and heart. Okay. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Price wicking. So yeah. So when you clean up your gut, try to do cleanses, fasting, um, other cleanses like parasite cleanse, um, even just fibers, more colon cleanse. Right? This will revive energy levels. All right, that's a lot about diet. That's pretty much all you have to do. And also self-talk. Mindset, let's talk about it, right? Self-talk is key. Uh, Fasting is also good, keeps you sharp. Yes, in fact, I am fasting at the moment. It is Ramadan. Anybody watching who practices Ramadan as well, I'd say um, Ramadan Mubarak to you and your family. It's a blessed time. It's not just about not eating, it's also about letting go of things, the thoughts, and the things that don't serve you, right? Pretty much. And prayer meditation, man. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, man. Fasting is also good, definitely good. All right, so mindset, right? Let's talk about self-talk. I have a question. When you're in a trade in profit or in drawdown, right? Let's talk about this. I notice a lot of traders, when they're in profit, they're very excited and happy, just jump in and joy, so to speak, right? But that to me shows that your happiness and your excitement is based on or dependent on your results in trading. See that? You see the mindset there? Um, Profit, happy, excited, euphoric, drawdown, angry, sad, or even regretful, um, scared, and confident as well. So this tells me that your mindset is still immature in the markets, right? Because your happiness, your happiness never and on the CML. Look, if you're a person who is naturally happy or just excited for life, that's great, right? You're not going to derive your happiness from the financial markets, right? Because it's really has nothing to do with emotion. Obviously, you're emotional in a certain level, but at the same time, you have to realize that it's just a bunch of transactions, sequences, set of transactions going on at the same time. So I have a question for everybody. Do you ever feel that whenever you're in profit, you're confident, you're ecstatic, you're euphoric, you're happy, you're excited, and when you're in drawdown, you feel these emotions? Would you say you feel those things? Or even just put like some of the things you feel when you're outside of the market, not in a trade. Do you feel not in trade? Do you feel FOMO? Do you feel OG? It's fear of getting in? Are you like losing sleep to the fact that you're not in a trade, or always watching price? Those are questions that you have to ask, right? Do you feel these emotions? Because I'll be honest with you, like right now, a lot of the people that are watching or might have been watching, if you're looking to just come on the stream and you're like, all right, I'm gonna come on the stream and see if I can make money from some of these trade ideas. Guys, just leave, right? It's better that you're not here because I I don't give you signals. I'm gonna give you the thought process behind an opportunity that may present. It's not guaranteed to present. That's why we're sitting out right now. I don't see any trades, right? I don't see any trades. So, guys, that's another thing. Get out of that mindset where you're just like, you want to just come to live streams and get get money, or try to make money. But I promise you, the day you stop thinking about it so much, the easier it comes to you. It's, the easier it will come when you stop focusing so much on the profits. When you're in the blues, you feel these things. When you're in the reds, you feel these things. When you're not in the trade, you feel these things. And also, the fact that I'm here, it's the last day of the month, and I know that this is not a time I'm trading. You think I'm gonna just force it for entertainment? It doesn't work that way, guys. What works is you waiting for your criteria. Even if the market was to fly 200 pips right now, if it doesn't follow a structure that I personally have written for myself, or part of my plan, I'm not trading, right? So, anyways, let's get to US30. All right. So when I see price doing stuff like this, it's possible that we might see some downside, but right, you see that price is starting to take a dump. It left a lot of wicks. Rejection. Right. You see that? This is why you don't trade patterns either. Because a lot of traders would have been like, head and shoulders, sell. Right? No. Guys, that's another thing, right? Retail patterns, man. Let's talk about retail patterns. If you see yourself like just looking at patterns and not really where orders are sitting, then you need to stop trading and reevaluate what you're doing. Yeah, you can scalp some pips. That's 64 pips, guys, right? That's pretty good for some people. But when it comes to the real drivers of this market, the institutions that are trading this market, they're not trading small scalps, guys. They're trading major moves, right? 500 pips, 600 pips, 700 pips, 900 pips. You know what I mean? But if you're content with your 60 pips, that's cool, man. But I don't trade these patterns, so to speak. Like a lot of people say, okay, trade double bottom, double top, head and shoulders. We're not trading the pattern though, right? We're trading the confluence. We're trading the transaction, the order flow. We're trading the price level. We're not trading patterns. We're trading the price level. So if I see that I have one second. I like to keep my charts clean. All right, but we don't trade those patterns, right? We're gonna look at the lowest price of the day and the highest price of the day, right? But at the same time, if we're in a range, we're not gonna trade a range because that is dangerous, right? If you see that, okay, price already made a range and it broke out of a range, and you see our price broke this high, we're gonna wait for the lowest price at the area that this broke out of as well, right? You see different breakout levels and they respected that to the T. Now that's a good trade. But look at this. Look how slow it moved. It took 10 hours, 250 pips, right? This is the lowest price. Yeah, that's how you make profit in any business. You want to buy low, right, and sell at a higher price. But it's not about just trading patterns. It's about trading at timings, which is likely to occur. And on top of that, you want to get the full confirmation of the transaction, right? So this is the lowest point of the day, right? Low day. This is the low of the day, and that's the high of the day. We're not at any point of that, right? If this was the high of the day, you think price would the real trade, if this was the real trade, you think price would just take its time or willy-nilly? Huh. You see this? I like it. So, anyways, thank you, sir, about your information. RSA. RSA. My thing is this. You were saying something about 50 pips. 50 pips. Look, it's not about greed, man. I saw that comment, right? It's not about you being greedy and going for more than 50 pips, right? It's about you trading the whole sequence, right? Because if you're in a sequence for shorts, or if you're in a sequence for buys, you want to squeeze as much juice as possible out of that setup. You know what I mean? And you're going to target previous highs and lows, because if this was valid, if these lows were valid, and if this high is valid, they're going to respect it. They're not going to break, right? Because if something exceeds, let's say it broke this low, right? And it broke this low, and it broke this low. What does that tell you? That's indication that price, this is the high, right? This is the high. And you were right. Or you were thinking like, all right, price broke this structure, and now this is just a retracement, right? This is all retracement, and you wanted to short it, right? That's when your trade will be valid, because look, if they're not breaking these highs, we're not bullish. We're not looking for any buys yet. Once they break it and they come back, that's when we're going to look for buys, right? But you know, even if you're looking at it in a long-term perspective, this is a major supply zone, right? Major supply zone. And price is wicking this supply zone. We didn't get a full reaction from it as of yet, right? So, and you see how this also broke? It broke a high, and this also broke a high, right here, right? It's funny. What did price do? Right before that happened, price ranged. A bunch of breakout traders. Enter. Sellers. Enter. Early buyers stopped out. All right. And you know how accurate this is, bro? Like, literally, look at that. To the T. Like, that is crazy. 16 pips below this level. And it flew 2,000 pips, yeah? Sellers enter. Early buyers stopped out. Right? This is what I'm talking about. Then price, which is the area, breaks a high. Before any breakout, before any breakout, we have a low set in place, right? This is the new low. This level is a new low. And the same cycle that I mentioned just earlier happened again, right? Price had a range here, and then a small type of range. Price breaks out, right? Same thing. Breakouts, breakout traders enter. Early buyers stopped out. How are they stopped out? All of these buyers stopped out. Sellers enter. Then stopped out later. Where? Right here, it failed to break this low. Right here, failed to break that low. We got a major pump. Tiny break. You see that? Tiny, tiny, tiny break. Right there. We could probably see it on the 15, lower time frame. Tiny break. Right? And it did the same shit as the last one. The same thing. Range. Price breaks out. Let's do it again. Breakout. Traders enter. Early buyers stopped out. Right? And what happens? Price retraces. Right? Price retraces. Gives us a better price. Now let's add the confirmations and the confluences. The confirmation. Price breaks again out of a range. Right? What does price do? Price does the same thing, man. The same thing. Oh, let's not even talk about the sellers enter. Stopped out later. Okay. Sellers enter. They're stopped out right here. Now, this is perfect timing, bro. You see how I was just talking about the trade patterns? In hindsight, you see this big candle, yeah? Look at this. Smart money concept traders. Nothing against you guys. Nothing like you guys can be profitable, right? I don't want to bash anybody. I'm not here to in your strategy, but I have a question. If you were real smart money, right? I think this sort of like I know a lot of people trade these order blocks and stuff. What they would see is price, okay, taps into an order block. I'm gonna sell, and they have this sort of pattern, right? Head and shoulders, right? What ends up happening? Taken out. That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Because if this high was made, right? This high was created, and then we got the same pattern right here. Buyer traders breakout traders enter, early buyers stopped out, and then sellers entered, stopped out. Sellers entered, stopped out. So look at this timing, yeah? If I go into my 5 minute, oh boy. Sometimes my trading view. Yeah, so look. Price does the exact opposite. Price gives us a nice little retracement. And it happens again, man. Look. Tiny breakout. Nice retracement. Price does a dump. You see this pin? That was a sell candle at one point. It flipped bullish. And a tiny, tiny, tiny break. Right there. Tiny, tiny break. And then what? You take your longs. Right at the candle. 20 pip stop loss. 25. Yeah, right below that low. Right below that low. And what would I do? I know there's liquidity here. I know there are orders up here. But since I know that I can hold this trade, I can hold it for minimum this high. Minimum. But at the same time, I saw these wicks. Previous highs, TPs, 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 more TPs. And then you can also look on the weekly now. I don't want you guys getting all confused, but when there's a higher time frame trade, they're gonna go for as much liquidity as they can. See this? More wicks. So now let's look. You held this trade, cool. You're a swing trader, cool. But look at what's possible, man. Like you hold that trade, even if you didn't have no idea that how far it's gonna go, but you do at this point. All these previous highs where sellers are entering, I mean buyers are, these breakout traders entered a month or two ago. They all got stopped out in 11 days, right? All this price action for like 40 days, taken out in 11 days. So yeah, I don't want to make it all complicated and make it look all messy, right? But that's crazy risk to reward, man. That's crazy risk to reward, right? If you just peel back the onion and you break it down, dissect the problem, the puzzle, and you have a bullish indication, price is going to be bullish above this level, man. And price is going to be bullish above this level because we have an indication that it's bullish from here. So it's kind of like clear traffic and it goes up, right? Yeah. So reason why I'm breaking these trades down is they're pretty significant trades, man. Pretty significant trades. I know a lot of people were like, bro, you see gold flying. Oh, could have bought a new whip. Yo, that would have paid off my mortgage, Power of the financial markets, but it's not overnight progress, right? It's like you're gonna have to love the journey. When price meanders so much, I just don't like when that happens, right? would you look at that? Price is doing what? It's dropping. Not surprised. Not surprised. Not surprised. You see this messy price action? 90 pips, bro. Messy price action. I like trading sequences. Like, I like big trades. Like that fly. But the reason why I'm not looking for any trades right now is because we're still 20 minutes away from my timings. So this got this little high here is having a nice little reaction right now. But yeah, not bad. Yes, okay. Bulls making this way. Nasdaq. Okay. See? You see, Nasdaq and US30 tend to move very similar, but not all the time, right? But pretty much very similar. All right, so I'm gonna get back into the talk, right? So I talked about a lot of the major factors that contribute to our success as traders, right? Yeah. So I want to talk about fulfillment now, right? Because you have to ask yourself, right? There's always something other than trading that makes you happy. There's always something that gives you satisfaction outside of trading, you know? But you have to find that within yourself, like, what is it that I want? And what is it that I feel deep down that makes me happy? Because if it's just you saying, oh, I want to make money, a lot of the times you'll end up doing things that don't align with that frequency of money, right? You end up doing things to just chase, but we know chasing doesn't work. I know a lot of people that they chase women, and when you do, those women don't care about you because you chase them and you show that you want them bad, right? It has to be a neutral sort of ground about this thing. So yeah, what is your vision, right? Why is that your vision? How would that look and feel? Would I do this if money wasn't involved? So let's talk about the why is your vision. There's always a driving factor to what you're doing, right? Subconsciously. The subconscious mind is illogical, right? It doesn't look at the it's not the primitive mind, which is the ego, right? It doesn't think like a child, or very much about the consciousness, right? Because the ego tends to think in time blocks. It tends to think in, oh, if I don't have this, then this. If like just a lot of like conditional things. But the subconscious mind, man, is infinite, bro. And when you feel or gravitate towards something that really fulfills you, you're subconsciously gonna do those things more often than you think. You know what I mean? And you end up coming to a point where you're like, I don't care if I did this for free. I just want to do it, right? So those are some questions you should ask yourself. And also, would my children and family be proud of what I am doing? Now, here, this one's kind of sensitive because a lot of the times family say they say, okay, you have to do this to make money. Um, like, you have to do this, and if you're making money, then that's good. And let's say you're doing something you're passionate about, and it's not paying you right away, but you still want to do it because you love it. That's your job as a man or a woman to be like, all right, it's my life and I am the creator. I am constantly broadcasting to the universe what I want, how I feel, and then you focus on what you want, you focus on how you want to feel. You can feel good, right? But outside energy, it can pass through you, right? Like the doubts, the worries, the fears. You gotta let it pass through you, man. Never hold it. Because there's always gonna be doubt, worry, and fear in people's mind and what they believe is right for you. So ask yourself these questions, man. I'd say cut out social media, right? Stop following so many mentors, man. Stop following so many mentors. Okay. Like you're gonna come to a time where you're like, yo, look, I'm confident enough to trade this without training. Like if you constantly look at analysis and a bunch of people on Telegram, on Discord, on Instagram making money, and then what you do is you get FOMO and you start doing stupid things. That's also a subconscious thing because what you saw is, oh, your friends in a trade, he's 5 lots deep on the pips, he's made 5K, you know. Um, you're thinking about, okay, no, wait, that person started trading after me, or like he is like, the point is here, look, have your own analysis, trust your own analysis, and manage your risk. You know what I mean? Because if you're wrong, you're wrong. And that's where your stop loss comes in. But stop watching all these gurus and business strategies. You know how to trade, but the main problem is that you either want it too bad or you're not doing what it takes to get it. You know what I mean? So, and what it takes is patient hustle. It's an oxymoron. It's the patient hustling. Us sitting on the stream right now is a calling, right? It's sharing basically my life and some of the things I look for, the blueprint basically to my approach. But a lot of my students, right? By the way, I have a Telegram group where we share ideas, I do streams, live sessions, share trade ideas, questions, a lot of the time breakdowns. Some of my students, they tell me, like, sir, when I traded less, like I traded twice a week, I made more money than I traded when I traded almost every day for 15 days, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And I always come back to the thing like when you're a kid, right? Or like when you're growing up, They tell you the more you work, the more money you can make. But that's not true. It's about the quality of this case, right? Having it's about having that mindset of one transaction is good enough for me, man. That's why we're not falling into these setups. Like I can show you right here. Like gold is doing exactly what I want, right? Gold is doing exactly what I want. See, that's making highs, and you just want to wait for that one or two opportunities, right? Because look, think about this. If you want to go full time, right? You have a 10K. I actually got this question in the team earlier. It says, I'm on a funded account 10K, second phase, but it's hard. You know why it's hard, bro? It's because you're either overthinking the trade, uh, or you're being a bit too needy for the results, right? Focus on the setups, right? I mentioned them earlier in the stream, right? Which is, again, the easiest, some of the easiest things I had to develop for myself. And some of my students are loving it, man. You know, they're loving it because I don't go into too many like nonsensical things like where you have all these terms like too many words confuse you, right? Too many sort of visual things confuse you, but it's a criteria. You see this right here? This is a better price to take a trade for long. I said I'm not going to be shorting gold, guys. I'm not going to be shorting gold. Why? We're still in this big range, right? And on top of that, we're bullish on the daily time frame. Um, this looks like a nice retracement off of this level, which can take it, man. But yeah, just start to be very specific. All right, that's all I have to say. I go live with my private students on my Telegram, right? Basically, I do Zoom calls, right? It's a group. It's $20 a month, right? Just for the live streams, and I do about once a week, right? So that's pretty much nothing, right? I don't really care for the money too much, but yeah, it's $20. All I do is a weekly breakdown of what's happening in the market, what's happened in the market in the past few days, and some of the setups that we took. Um, Also, we talked some mindset, answer questions. Yeah, basically that's it. Um, yeah, if you're interested in that, you can contact me on Telegram. It's in there, or my Instagram. You know, yeah, I can add you to the group, and we do it once a week on Zoom. And then also I have private mentorship, which is more costly, of course, but I think that's more if you want to get that boost, uh, start seeing results faster. But it's not about the speed though. It's about really just having that intense practice. Um, yeah, that's where I do deep dives. Pretty much everything I know, right? And that's a lifetime. Right? So, yeah, that's what I do. We go live once a week. Depends on the day, right? I tend to just say what day I'm going live before I do so. Right? If I see that, okay, we have a setup coming in, can always read price action. Tell. Very nice. Very, very nice. So it's by showing you. It's a nice setup. But you see how you see how gold started to just drop like this? And what are you seeing now? Price flying back, like literally. Look at that. 60 pips back. You see how like so many people are selling this? And guess what ends up happening? Come back, bro. Let's look logically. Think logically. Break, trace. See my buys. But what about other days? Maybe signals. I don't do signals. I don't do signals, man. I want people to be self-sufficient, you know, because at the end of the day, if you're gonna depend on signals, you're not gonna understand the concept. You're just going to enter at a price, put your stop at the same price, profit. But self-sufficiency. Other days, they're in the private mentorship. It's pretty much a daily thing, right? I don't go live every day with my students. I go live about 3 times a day. So I do, no, 3 times a week, I meant. So once I do a breakdown for the week, at the starting of the week, and then middle of the week, it's an update to what we see, what we might take, and then towards the end of the week, usually Fridays. If not Fridays, I might do one on Saturday. That's when we get into the review of our week. And yeah, we go over technical, mindset, psychology, just pretty much the whole night. But yeah, if you have any questions, man, and if you want to join the group, send me a message on Telegram, Instagram. It's $20, not too much, right? It's $20 a month, so you guys can. That's what, $5 a week, $1 a day. Yeah. So, but one thing I noticed though, a lot of people, when I say that, people say, "Why is it so cheap?" Guys, it's not about the price, man. The private mentorship is higher, but the weekly calls, man, they're very much helpful. But I don't hold your hand. It's kind of like you have to observe. You know? But, you see how I've been sitting on my hands for pretty much the whole session? 2.5 hours just sitting on my hands doing nothing. You know? Because we're not here to just trade a move. We're here to trade a B move, right? And I'm talking about moves that at least, if on US30, at least 300 points, at least. Right? On gold, at least 200 points, 150 points, at least, minimum. That's what I look for, but as much as possible, man. So yeah, any questions, any comments, any pairs that you guys want to look over to, we can do that right now. I'm still here for the next 30 minutes, so yeah, it's been a good session. It's been nice and smooth. All right. So you see how price broke this high, right? What did price do right after? It retraced. You see this tiny range? What happened? Price traced. Man, if only everybody, man, just took their time and saw this as a journey, man, a long-term thing. That'd be amazing. Because let me tell you something, you trying to get paid tomorrow, the next day, everybody can make money trading, man. Everybody and anybody can make money trading. But it's about, what are you trading? What is the setup behind that? What is the reason? Right? You see how, look at this, right? You see how price now sort of gave us a break to the low, a little pump, 1, 2, 3. 10:30, man. 10:30. Okay, so I actually might take a position. On US30. Yes. Now, if you see, we did get a nice little retracement, but I don't like to assume right away, right? I want to get a nice clear indication. Nice. Gold. Gold, gold, gold. All right, guys. Looking like nice time to take a trade. All right, this isn't the best setup, but if I was to take a trade, that's too much of a big stop loss. Doesn't make sense. Once it will come back in. Price is doing exactly what I said, man. Started the session. I'm just gonna buy the breakout. I'm gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Very nice. Looks good for longs. It's good for longs. Got my scalp. Let's see. See. Very nice. So look, see how price is now wicking this low. The rejection. Nice. But to be honest though, we're not here to scalp, guys. We're not here to scalp. We're not here to take scalp trades. We're here to take at least 150 pips, 300 pips. All right. Yeah, it's pretty decent. If I was to take position, right, this is worth taking it, right? But it's kind of a small setup, right? Right there, stop below the row. Let's see, back to the highs. Right, if you guys want to get in on a setup like that, you guys can take that. But for me, I personally not going to take this setup. Repeat, I'm not going to take this setup because it's really not my best interest. Okay. This looks clean. The buys. This looks clean, man. This looks clean. You know why that happened? It's very simple. Price retraced back to this break. Bro, test. And it's going wrong, guys. All right. Yeah. Anyways, any other pairs? Any other pairs you guys are interested in? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah. But look how prices just flying now, right? Nice, 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 nice. Gold. Easy, 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 easy. All right. If you got in here on the break, please continue. Put up good pips, 7 pips. But I don't take these trades. Like again, I'm more of a swing trader. I like to go for those higher time frame trades like that. But as you guys can see, you see how this is a big range, right? Price can easily fly, easily. Anyways, what are you guys up to for the next weekend? Any goals that you guys want to achieve for this year? Any comments? Any questions? Put them in the chat. And yeah, we have about 20 minutes left until we close the session. Hey man, is Taku in the chat? Taku man, if you're in the chat, man, say something. All right, so see gold. Gold is so funny, man. It's literally ranging. So much volume trapped in this range. That's almost 3 days. What might we see? Yeah, as expected. We're seeing more highs, more buys. This one as well. Let's go set up. All right. Man, one of the slowest, definitely one of the slowest days we've seen in the past few weeks. But yeah, man, this is just another time where you guys have to just observe, do less and observe, man. Just watch, not really do. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right. We're definitely going to be on next week. So yeah, still tune in. Um, Next week, we definitely have more price action and more volume in the market because obviously today is the last 2 days of the month. The monthly candle is closing, so we don't really see much volume around these times, right? We also have tomorrow. Let me see if we have any news. Oh, apparently we did have news today. Nothing happened tomorrow. Core CPU, GCE. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Just use this time, uh, uh, this weekend, to review your trades, to what you did right, what you did wrong, what you can improve on. Um, Also, write down the exact setups that made you money, and the scenarios that made you lose. So that way, you're very familiar with what it is that you're looking for. All right. So yeah, about 10 minutes left. So next time, I will be trading the 50K challenge from Fidelcrest. If you guys are interested in getting funded, definitely check out Fidelcrest. Um, we have the link in the description. Uh, we have a discount code for 10%. You guys can use that to get funded, also get better price. Also, a lot of Cam's links are in the bio, in the description for his algorithmic trading. So if you guys are actually interested in using robots to trade, he teaches you how to do that. And yeah, uh, black bull markets. I'm not sure if they're US friendly, but I know they are in Canada, so where I'm located. And yeah, definitely check that out. I will be trading the 50K next time I'm on because you really have a setup, and you always want to be patient, man. Always want to be patient. You got rather not trade, right? So yeah. All right, guys. About 7 minutes until we're done streaming. Any questions, any comments, any pairs that you want to look over, definitely mention that in the comments. We'll look over it before we leave quickly. And then, yeah. Am I funded with other platforms as well? Yeah, FTMO and forexplatform.com. Forexplatform.com is actually a Canadian platform. They're pretty good. They're actually giving the highest. No, I'm not maxed out on the FTMO. Honestly, I don't even like FTMO as much as I used to, because that was actually my first funded account. It was for 100K. But yeah, forexplatform.com. They're a Canadian-based platform. Basically, they're with 8cap. They have, yeah, so they have a nice little set of rules, which is, I think it's 5% drawdown on the funded. It's for more consistent traders, I'd say. But they have amazing profit splits, like 90, even 100%. Like they did a promotion where they were giving out 100% profit share on whatever you made, and whatever you made on the challenge, you would get 10% of that, as well as 150% of your refundable fee. So yeah, man, forexplatform.com, they're pretty good, man. I'm 200K on that one. So yeah, it's a pretty good journey. One thing I like about, oh boy, would you look at that? I forgot to look at oil. But yeah, oil did the same shit. Same shit. Yeah, the same stuff over and over. Yeah, so it's not maxed out. I'm at 200K for an FTMO. 100K. Those are my own accounts, my private accounts. So. Yeah, are you guys interested in getting funded this year, man? Anybody? I know a lot of people are actually, that's what they're here for, right? They want to get funded for the platforms. But one thing I'd say, guys, like, before you do that, make sure you're consistent on your own account. Like, yeah, make sure you're consistent, man, because use whatever money you have to buy the account, use that to put it into your own account, any broker account, and then just trade small lots, man. Trade small lots until you're consistent, man. Learning a lot here about patience. Thank you, man. I'm glad you're learning. Patience is key, bro. How long have you been trading, bro? 4 years. Like I said in the start, 4 years and profitable 2.5. I think. Yeah, about 2020, mid 2020. That's when I started. I got it down. Dudes of profit. What does that mean, man? You guys, man. You guys in the corny comments. Uh, sure as fuck. Yeah, I get that, bro. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in, man. And thank you for, man, interacting. That shows, man, that you actually have interest and you want to go places, because asking questions, being the observer, is pretty much one of the biggest ways I got to the point, of trading profitably, man. It wasn't overnight. It was just consistent learning and process. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. So, anyways, I will catch you guys next week on the live stream. If you guys took any trades, cool. Definitely take profits on time. And yeah, hit me up on Instagram and Telegram if you have any questions or want to join the group where we go do this regulars with my students. It's $20 a month, pretty much pennies. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. Peace, love, and abundance, man.